Hey there, boys and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with another video. We have a brand new 4K that came out from Blue Underground today that I want to talk about, and we're going to get into it just real quick. I gotta be really careful here how I present this because there's a naked bum on the cover, so I probably better try to cover that up with my fingers so that way you know. But yeah, real quick here in a minute, we're going to talk about Night of the Blood Monster with Christopher Lee, directed by Jess Franco from Blue Underground, just came out today. Excuse me. We're going to get into that in just one second, but I just wanted to real quick, since we're talking about yet another Christopher Lee movie, yesterday I was at a bookstore called Mostly Books, and I came across, I just did a review for Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, and I showed off this beautiful paperback edition I got of Frankenstein, and I just wanted to show this one off too. And since we're talking about a Christopher Lee movie, and Christopher Lee was Dracula, I picked up this beautiful paperback version of Dracula. Look at that! How gorgeous is that? And the eyes, just that artwork. I couldn't pass that up. Just wow. I've already read the book Dracula. It's a really good book. And there you go, Bram Stoker. On the back, it's got the infamous quote: "Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make!" But yeah, just this is so cool. This so beautiful, man. That's like just something you want to put on your shelf and display. But anyway, yeah, I just figure I'll go ahead and show that. I mean, we're talking about a Christopher Lee movie, so why not? Anyway, so yeah, how cool is that? So I like books too. Anyway, so yeah, this I got this in today from Diabolic, and yeah, this what year did this movie come out? This is 1970. So well, hang on. You know what? For the purposes, I hate to have to do this. I'm going to show the back of the slipcover real quick. But I think for the purposes of this video, I can't really be showing naked bums on here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just show the case, which is slightly less offensive, but called The Bloody Judge, and with the reversible cover art, and it's about the same thing. But here we go. Let me show you the... Here that, damn it, can't get away from that naked butt. Anyway, but so yeah, but anyways, just like I said, yeah, you can tell reversible cover art. So anyway, but yeah, this movie, this when I found out this one was coming out, it's like at first I was a little hesitant, but then I thought about it, I was like, man, I really would like to see this movie. I had never seen it before. And I know that there was a Blu-ray, but I think the Blu-ray was pretty bare bones, and this here comes with just a ton of bonus features. Sorry. On the 4K disc, you got 3 audio commentaries. Number 1 with Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. Great, awesome, love hearing those guys talk. Audio commentary number 2 with film historian Kim Newman and Barry Forshaw. Awesome. Kim Newman, always great to listen to. Sorry. And audio commentary number 3 with David Flint and Adrian Smith. Great, fantastic. Then you got the Blu-ray that has all 3 commentaries, but I'm sitting there. At first I was like, come on, man, where's Stephen Thrower? You got to have Stephen. And he's here. Okay. So let's see here. Bloody Jess interviews with director Jess Franco and star Christopher Lee. Judgment Day interview with Stephen Thrower. There we go. Got to have Stephen Thrower in there too, man. Author of Murderous Passions, The Delirious Cinema of Jess Franco. In the Shadows, interviews with filmmaker Alan Birkinshaw. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And author Stephen Thrower on Harry Allen Towers. Deleted and alternate scenes, trailers and TV spots, and still galleries. So, yeah. This here, and so 3 reasons I wanted to get this. Number 1 is like, well, it would be nice to have a new addition to my Blue Underground, my Blue Underground collection. I mean, I know that's not really the best reason to buy a movie that you've never seen, but I was like, okay, well, number 2 reason, well, it's a Jess Franco movie I've never seen, and so it's a good chance to beef up a little bit on my Jess Franco collection as well. And number 3, and in my my opinion, most importantly, it's a Christopher Lee movie. So yeah, so Christopher Lee movies definitely want to beef that collection up. And so, and I was, excuse me, sorry, my throat's very dry. One of the perks of living in Arizona. So anyway, so yeah, just this was a movie like I had never seen. I thought, I'll go ahead and I'll give it a shot and check it out. And honestly, I mean, it's a decent movie. The thing is, though, about this film is the Blade Judge. Well, the easiest way to say this, if you have seen movies like Witchfinder General, Vincent Price, or Mark of the Devil, or let's see, Franco did another movie in this vein called The Demons. If you've seen movies like this, you know what you're getting. It's basically the whole story is Christopher Lee is this evil and corrupt judge, and his whole thing is all about like just like holding power and sway over everybody, and just like taking people that he thinks are witches or whatever, people that he thinks are immoral or whatever, and torturing them and killing them and stuff like that. And so that's basically that. A lot of that's your story. And then of course you got the idealistic young people who know what he's doing. They know that he's evil and corrupt and want to throw him over. And like a lot of these stories, like Christopher Lee, his character becomes obsessed with this one. I think that's Maria Rom. I think is the actress who plays the character. I think her name is Anna in the movie. But of course, he becomes obsessed with this woman, and because of like, excuse me, because of like sexual frustration and things like that. He's very just horrible to her and tortures her and stuff like this. And so she's trying to get away, but he's not going to let her get away that easy, and they got to try to fight to save her and things like this. And so I mean, you kind of already know what you're getting from this kind of film. Overall, it's a decent movie. It does plot in some scenes, but it's okay. I mean, of course, obviously, the main reason you're going to watch this, you want to see it for Christopher Lee, and he does give a good performance. He does not disappoint in this flick, so that's always a plus. So yeah, but overall, the movie's decent, and yeah. I mean, if you want, this is even though there is like nudity and stuff, this is definitely one of Jess Franco's more toned down films. So, if you're interested in that, I would say, yeah, give it a shot. Uh, this is more like one of his more, like I said, more mainstream efforts. And, this is when he was working with Harry Allen Towers. And Harry Allen Towers, kind of had kind of a, tried to keep Franco, tried to keep Franco grounded as far as like not letting him turn these movies into full out, softcore, which a lot of, pretty much that's what later Franco films ended up becoming, with just full out softcore films and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, good film, good production value, and and like I said, and this movie looks astonishing on 4K. They did a great job with the transfer. There are some scenes where the picture looks a little, I gotta put it, a little bit misty, a little bit kind of muddied up a little bit, but I don't think that had anything to do with. I don't think that had anything to do with the transfer that Blue Underground did on this. I think really what that had to do was just, you could tell in certain scenes, like, okay, it's not really that the picture is bad or anything. You could tell because, like, when the camera shifts focus, because the film is 2:3:5 to 1 aspect ratio. So you'll see, like, in a scene, like you'll have one character on one side, one character on the other side. So it's like when the camera shifts focus to this character, this becomes just a slight bit blurry because the focus shifts more to this area. So you see some of that, but I mean, so yeah, I don't think that there's any trouble with the 4K scan. I honestly believe I think Blue Underground did absolutely the best job that they could. The sound is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's really good sound. I'm trying to see, where does it say? What does it say here? Uh, English 1.0 DTS HD. I think that's what. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read. That my eyes aren't the best either, but I think that's what it's 1.0 DTS HD. I think, but it sounds good. Of course, obviously, it's going to sound better if you got a good sound system. But even just on a, like you're watching on TV with just a regular sounding speaker. It sounds great. But I'm not upset that I bought this movie. Like I said, going into it, it was a blind buy, but it looks fantastic. The transfer is gorgeous. This is, I think, going to be one of those deals where, like, you get this movie, you're going to be like, a movie like this really doesn't have the right to look so beautiful, but it does. I mean, the transfer will really knock you out of your socks. This is so beautiful the way it looks. Just wow. Just and one thing I will say about a lot of Franco's movies is, honestly, a lot of his movies are beautifully shot. That's one thing. They might be cheap looking in some areas, like in terms of production design or something like that. But I mean, most of his movies are beautifully shot. They're gorgeous the way they look. And this here with the 235 wide, wow, this is a gorgeous looking film. And this is one. I think one thing that kind of makes this irritating though is, like, when you look at this stuff and you saw the kind of, like, really beautiful looking kind of films that Franco was capable of. And then later on, when he would go and make his later films, where he was just more concerned about just trying to hurry up and get it done and get it made, it's like, then it would kind of make you angry because, like the production quality would suffer. It's like, his movies would still look okay, but, it's like when you look at this stuff, it's like, yeah, like his stuff like this was, when he was really doing some of his best work, you know. But I'm not upset that I bought this. It's a nice addition for all three of my collections. It's a nice addition for my Blue Underground. I'm happy to have it for that. It's a nice addition to have for the Jess Franco collection. And especially, it's a nice addition for Christopher Lee because, Christopher Lee just, he does deliver in this movie. Even though I would have preferred he be in the movie a little bit more than he is, and I still love it. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about it, I would definitely say, yeah, get this movie. And it is a good movie. If you're a Christopher Lee fan, Jess Franco fan, stuff like that, I would say go ahead and go for it. It really is worth it. The picture quality, everything. Blue Underground really did a great job. And this is more, like I said, right now, I believe it's $28.99 on Amazon. So that's definitely one of their much more reasonably priced 4Ks and what they're known for. Usually their 4Ks usually run, like anywhere between 40, $50. So to get this for that price, definitely pick it up if you want it. So, but yeah, I honestly do recommend it on all fronts. So I'm not upset at all. Blind buy, but I'm happy I bought it. So that's going to do it. So if anybody took the time to watch all this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And that's going to be it, everybody. Take care. Have a good night, and I'll see you all later. Bye.